You didn't go out partying. You didn't run a marathon. You just lay in a dark room for 8 hours, doing the human equivalent of a phone on airplane mode. But when that alarm starts blaring for the 5th time, you feel like you personally fought in a medieval siege and lost the castle. There is a massive gap between the physical inactivity of sleeping and the crushing hit by a truck exhaustion we feel the moment we open our eyes. The usual suspects are already famous. We blame the blue light from our phones, the memory foam mattress that clearly lost its own memory, or just vague, adulting stress. We all know this advice by heart. Karen from HR has been forwarding the same blue light filter article since 2019. Bless her heart.
Thank you.
But buying a new pillow
very
rarely
much.
cures chronic morning fatigue. If fixing our sleep was as simple as buying better bedding, we wouldn't all be walking around looking like extras from a zombie movie. There are unseen biological variables actively sabotaging our rest, like a tiny gremlin with a clipboard. To understand the sabotage, we have to look at what biologists call sleep architecture, which sounds fancy, but is basically your brain's Netflix autoplay schedule. Sleep is not a flat state of unconsciousness. Your brain runs on rigid 90-minute waves, like a roller coaster designed by a very moody engineer. This graph shows the wave's behaviour. It dips into light sleep, plunges into deep recovery, then peaks at REM. An alarm slicing through this peak is like getting yanked out of a Netflix cliffhanger right before the twist. Rude. Waking naturally at the baseline, though, means you're already prepped for consciousness, like the universe gently tapping you on the shoulder instead of body slamming you awake. So what triggers these mid-cycle interruptions? Let's treat the daily habits ruining our sleep like a lineup of suspects in a cheesy crime documentary. Exhibit A, the innocent-looking 2 p.m. coffee. Exhibit B, the glowing smartphone. Exhibit C, the calendar itself, silently plotting against you. Take that 2 p.m. coffee. Caffeine has a half-life, so by midnight, a chunk of it is still clinging to your neural receptors like an ex who won't leave the group chat, blocking your brain from reaching deep recovery. Then there's sleep debt and the great weekend catch-up myth. People assume they can run a deficit Monday through Friday and pay it off in one glorious Saturday sleep-in, like clearing credit card debt with Monopoly money. This chart shows what that strategy actually does to your biological clock. Total chaos, the kind of volatility that would make a stock trader cry. I learned this the hard way. Balancing late-night script deadlines with a completely feral sleep schedule meant my energy hit a permanent recession. I was nocturnal, yet somehow still exhausted, which should honestly be scientifically impossible. Inconsistent timing and lingering stimulants dismantle your brain's 90-minute rhythm, one bad decision at a time. Ignore these variables, and you're basically pre-ordering tomorrow's exhaustion. The solution is a structured set of rules we'll call the zombie protocol, your personal defense system against turning into a Monday morning corpse. Rule 1, non-negotiable. Pick one consistent wake time and defend it like it's the last slice of pizza. No shifting it on weekends. A static wake time anchors your entire rhythm. Rule 2, enforce a strict afternoon cutoff for caffeine, because your receptors need time to evict that ex before bedtime. This timeline diagram shows Rule 3. Calculate your ideal bedtime by counting backward from your wake time in 90-minute blocks, like reverse engineering a heist. Rule 4. Step into direct morning sunlight the second you wake up. Photons hitting your eyes trigger the biochemical, wake up, it's showtime. Signal and shut off melatonin production. No snooze button required. Manage these biological inputs strictly, and you stop fighting your own anatomy. You engineer a genuinely high-energy morning and leave the chaotic mid-REM zombie era behind for good. In its place, a mathematically precise, annoyingly well-rested human being. If you recognized your own terrible habits in this breakdown, drop a comment below with, "I am a zombie, misery loves company," and subscribe so you don't miss our next investigation. High-quality rest isn't a passive accident you hope for. It's a precise biological system you actively manage, one meme-worthy mistake at a time.